Want to land your dream job? Your resume and LinkedIn profile are the first impression you'll make. And if they are not optimized, you are missing out on big opportunities. In this video, we'll walk you through how to write and optimize your resume like a pro step by step. We'll review an actual resume, showing you the do's and don'ts, and give you actionable tips to make your profile stand out. Plus, we'll show you how to supercharge your LinkedIn to attract recruiters and hiring managers. We've already helped thousands of individuals like Martin, Naveen, Christopher, and many optimize their resume and land their dream roles from an entry-level position to senior leadership through our free live masterclass. So if you too want to succeed like them, you can join our upcoming free masterclass through the link in the description below. So let's get started.
So basically, I'm creating this video for the purpose of resume review. So basically, this is the resume we received. This is the older version of the resume, and I'll be first reviewing on this, like on the older version, that what are the drawbacks over here and what things you have to keep in mind while making your resume, like what changes are required. In generic way, I'll just tell you what changes are required regarding the formatting and each section, like what you can do to reduce the length. Secondly, then we'll come upon like the suggestions. Like we have also created a document for you for the suggestions that we have provided. I'll give a brief explanation on that, and your LinkedIn profile as well, and we'll show you the sample resume as well. So this is the resume that we have received. So basically, we do not mention the heading as curriculum vitae. We just start by a name and our contact details like email ID, phone number, LinkedIn profile link, the location, and also we highlight what role we are applying for. Once I show you the sample resume, it will be much clearer for you to understand how that section should look like. But yes, these details should be removed. We do not have to make a separate section by saying personal data because this is not looking very much ATS friendly. So what ATS does is that like it has a problem in reading designs or any like kind of borders that you are adding. We have to focus on making a general black and white page resume with no designs and all. Okay, so this thing will be changed, and you do not have to mention your sex, place of birth, a place and date of birth, the position. Position, obviously, you will focus on the position that you're applying for. Only the name of the role you will mention. Other than that, everything else will be removed. Then this is the formal education that you're mentioning. So before you begin with the formal education, it's very important for you to mention a summary where you are clearly telling that what role you are aspiring for. So if your background is relevant, you can talk about your experience, previous experience first, but generally it's suggested to first talk about that part for the role which you are applying for. Generally, like for example, you want to apply for a cloud architect role. Let's take an example. So you have to just mention that thing over here that you are an aspiring cloud architect, engineer, or whatever roles name is there in the JD. Highlight few of the skills related to cloud, that JD which is there in the JD, of course, and then continue about telling about your work experience, the previous work experience, the year of experience that you had. So totally, like the maximum, the summary length should be of 3 to 4 lines only, not more than that. And education should be like not focused to put on a higher section. You should focus to put the education section on the bottom of your resume, because first we'll focus more on the relevant details. Now coming on to the work experience section. So I saw that throughout your resume, like your resume is of 12 pages. So like you have to focus on this thing. 12-page resume will not pass the ATS. It's important to make a 2 to 3 page resume. Three also in exceptional cases where you have so much data to showcase, that to relevant one, that you cannot cut down onto the content because that will affect your profile. So in your work experience, what you have to do generally, the most recent experience that you're having. For example, let's take an example of this one. For this, you can keep up to 7 to 8 pointers, maybe 10 pointers are also fine. Depends on the contributions that you've made, how like are they needed to showcase or not. You do not have to miss on to any important pointer as well, but these are too many pointers. And also the formatting is not looking proper because I'm getting confused while reading that which is the pointer, which is the heading. I suppose that this is the heading that you have mentioned. No need to mention the heading. The whole experience will be revamped, and you will just mention generally talking about your contributions in a more impactful manner. Whatever pointer you are mentioning, just make sure that you are keeping these three things in mind: what you did, how you did, and what impact it created into your process and organization. So this is how you will revamp the pointer. So once I give a general review of this older resume, I'll showcase the suggestions where we have provided that this is how the pointer was before and how you can revamp the pointer properly. Then again, when you are mentioning this thing, that you worked at XYZ company as data analyst and the role's name. Like this shouldn't be mentioned in a single like kind of a sentence manner. Every detail has to be separated out. For example, in first liner you are mentioning your company. Below that you are mentioning data analyst. Below that you are mentioning no need to mention the month over here. You can just mention 2025 to present. Yeah, month is important. Actually, date is not important. So you can just mention Jan 2025 dash present, and location also you can mention if you want to. If it's a remote opportunity, you can just mention remote. That will be more than enough. And I can see you have mentioned two different roles over here. Maybe I guess it's for the same organization. Even if it's for the same organization, still you need to mention few pointers for the most latest experience. Here also, like for the latest two experiences, you can keep good number of pointers, like up to 10, it's fine. But after that, whatever experiences you are having, for example, this one, then this one worked at XYZ USA. So we have just not mentioned the name of the company for the privacy purpose. So make sure that you are cutting down onto the point. Maximum 2, 3, or 4 pointers will be more than enough. Otherwise, your whole resume will be more focused on your previous experiences, and it will not be aligned with the job description. So our goal should be to um, focus more onto the relevant part of the profile. So for that, we have to add more sections as well, which is the project section. And also, if you want, you can add the professional development section as well to showcase the current upskilling that you're doing, which will increase the keyword of your resume. So we do not have to give more space to the work experience section. So make sure that you are reducing the work experience section. You can take help from ChatGPT to condense the pointers. You can just give a proper prompt to ChatGPT and it will help you to condense the pointer as well. No need to mention specifically project achievements. This can be done in the description only. Like you can combine the pointers if you want to. Some pointers, if you find that those pointers are getting repeated, combine all the skills together for the work experience, because majorly you want to showcase your skills and the work and the contributions that you have made. When you're mentioning the achievements as well, no need to mention the duration over here. It will unnecessarily increase the space and it will cause confusion also. And the recruiter is not very much interested in reading out these specific things. You have to just showcase a generic overview that what you did and what impact it created by doing that in your organization. Then again, as I told you, you will reduce the number of pointers because the whole of your resume is majorly the experience only. I cannot see any relevant details, and I understand it's not a problem. But yeah, you have to change these things. I think these are your previous work experiences. You can do this like just for the purpose of showing them. You have just mentioned the name of the organization and roles duration. So this you can do to just showcase your experience, just to clarify or justify that duration of time what you were doing. You can just mention that, but again, just remove the pointers because you have too many experiences to showcase. So in a summary, if I tell you, will for the most recent two experiences talk about the experience property. For the most recent one, you can keep up to 7 to 8 or 10 pointers. For the second latest experience, at least 6 to 7 pointers, and after that 2 pointers each. That too till 2 to 3 organizations. After that, just mention the name of the organization, the duration of the period of time that you worked in the company, and the name of the role. That's all. Tools and experiences. So this also you have to make changes and you have to add more cloud-based skills over here. Focus just on cloud-based skills because these skills are again being mentioned in the experience section itself. So you don't need to again talk about the same skills. The format also will be changed. I'll show you the sample resume for that. So this is all about your resume. Obviously, the education section, which I told you, that will come at the bottom itself. The last section can be the education section. Two sections are missing from your, or either three sections are missing actually from your resume, which is the summary section, project section, and the certification section. And these three sections are very important. So if I come on to the suggestions that we have created for you, let me just open up the document. We have clearly divided the document into like three sections majorly. Basically, overall goal, you want to get into senior cloud architect role. So we have provided suggestions on the basis of that you can showcase some transferable skills from the previous experiences, and additional recommendations also we have mentioned that what kind of summary you have to mention. Then work experience is there. So this is what I was talking about, how you can reframe your work experience. So this was the original pointer that you mentioned, and this is how you have to rewrite experience in terms of cloud, your role that you are applying for. So you can just go through these edits once. The skills section also, what skills needs to be added are mentioned over here. Certifications, what certifications you need to add for that role. This is like the main section where you have to we are telling you that you have to reduce the old pointers from the older experiences. So that has been mentioned over here, strategy to shorten and strengthen your resume. So just go through this and you will be able to understand how you have to mention the pointers. Like these are some examples how you can quantify your impactful contributions over here. You can just follow these things. We have provided some examples also, like original. This was the pointer that you mentioned, how you can revamp it and make it more professional and impactful. So just go through these. Some examples are there, and rest you can do it from your end as well, because we want you also to understand how to mention the pointer. And obviously what you are mentioning, you should be knowing that, because questions will be asked from the interview on the basis of that only. So you should be knowing about that. This is just kind of a small summary that what you can do and how you can use the metrics. Then this is the role summary. We have redesigned the role summary. So it's kind of a rewritten section for you for each of the roles that you have mentioned. Some projects that you can add, what kind of projects you should be adding in your resume. At least 2 to 3 projects you should be adding. We have mentioned this thing as well. Where to place the project section, it's upon you actually, but majorly after your professional experience or maybe before certificates or education, you should be placing the project section, because it should be in a proper sequence so that the recruiter can go through that section first, which is the relevant one. Some format for project title, we have mentioned that how you should be mentioning the project. So basically you should be mentioning the name of the project if it's from your company. So you can mention the name of the company as well if it's from your academic development. So you can just mention the name of the project, then just 2 or 3 pointers to describe about the project. So once you go through them, you'll be having a good understanding. As I told you, 2 to 3 projects are more than enough to be added in your resume. Then there are some resume formatting guidelines, which is the most important part for you. So if we talk about ATS, majorly depends on 2 things. First, content. Second is the formatting. Content, we can align, like we can use ChatGPT and you can take someone's help to align the resume or the content of your resume to the job description. But format is also very important, which is the template part. So these are some formatting suggestions. So your resume was having a profile picture. Make sure that you do not add any profile picture, because ATS will not be able to read the images properly, and it can prevent your resume from being passed correctly. So make sure that you're not adding any profile picture, any designs, or any other emojis as well. These are the sections heading which needs to be there in your resume. Professional experience, projects, education, certifications, technical skills, and of course summary, as I told you before as well. These sections needs to be there. Contact details, what things you have to mention in the contact details, which is name, phone number, email, LinkedIn profile. Okay. LinkedIn profile was also not mentioned in your resume, so you have to make sure that LinkedIn link is added, because that's how the recruiter will be able to understand that what you have done, like what is your profile around, and will be able to get a good idea about your profile. Font style and font and text styling, like what size is preferred for ATS, what style is preferred, and you have to bold, or you can change the format to italics to highlight the keywords and the important details of the resume. These are some sample resumes that we have mentioned in the PDF itself. So if I open up the sample resume, I'll just show you. So this is the kind of sample resume that you can use. This is a 1 page template actually, but it's not like you have to make a 1 page resume. You can make a 2 to 3 page resume. Majorly 2 pages recommended, but if more information is there, then 3 pages still fine. But 12 pages too much. So like as you can see, below the name, like you will mention the name, below the name you have to mention only one name of the role. Here just for an example, we have mentioned 3 different roles, but only one role's name will be mentioned over here, as it's very important to align that role with the job description. So whatever role's name is there in the job description, that role's name will be mentioned over here. Location, phone number, email ID, LinkedIn link, as told before. Profile summary will be there. Professional development, section. So this is an additional section, optional section. If you have space, you can add that, because here also you can increase keywords. Experience section. So this is basically for the formatting part. The other details we have provided in the suggestions PDF. Experience section, you will increase the experience. Like if here only one experience is added, you have to add more experience section. That you can do it as you have provided the suggestions. This is how you will showcase the products. Technical skills has to be showcased in similar manner, grouping the skills together in a similar subheading. Education section and some certifications. So this was all about your resume review. All right. Coming on to your LinkedIn profile. So this is the LinkedIn profile that you have shared with us. So basically in your LinkedIn profile, there are again a lot of details that you need to change, like some generic details like profile picture. A professional profile picture needs to be added over here. Then you should be adding a banner image as well, showcasing the roles that you're applying for. You can use Canva to create that banner. Or you can take help from ChatGPT as well for that, to understand what kind of banner you should be making. Then this part where you are majorly focusing on your previous experience. Now this part has to be changed. You have to just mention the cloud related roles that you are looking forward for. Only that thing will be mentioned over here. Then your about section, as a senior RF optimization. So I went through it before also. I think again here you have just talked about your previous experiences. You will change these things. You will first start about your aspirations, that this is the role that you want to transition in. These are the skills that you're highly advanced in. Then in the last paragraph, you can just talk about your previous experiences. First paragraph can be all about your transitioning part and why you want to transition, what skills you think you're the most advanced in and you want to grow in. Then talk about your experience. You can take help from ChatGPT for this section as well, because we are humans, we can make an error, but we can take ChatGPT for reference itself. Do not copy everything from ChatGPT. Take reference from ChatGPT to how to make a good profile about section in LinkedIn, which can attract the recruiters. Then experience section, whatever changes I've told you for the resume. So LinkedIn and resume is ideally the same thing, right? So in experience section, you can just mention some pointers over here. The same pointers that you're mentioning in the resume, you can just copy paste over here once it's aligned according to the suggestions that we have provided. And make sure that in the experience section, the most latest, you can just mention the K21 Academy, if you are doing the course, or if any other course you will be pursuing later, that you can add in the experience section, because that will actually make some provide some advantage for in your profile. Other than that, no need to for older experiences add any pointers over here. You can just mention your experience name and name of the company over here. Remove the description from the older experiences. In education also, you can add any certification course you will be doing or are doing as of now. And in the certification section also, you can add those things. Skills, I think you have added Azure based skills over here. So of course, it depends again on the role that you're looking forward for. So your LinkedIn profile will not be changed for each job description. Generally, the kind of roles you are looking in general basis, all the skills related to that role and that course will be added in your LinkedIn profile. But your resume will be changed according to each job description. So these are some generic recommendations for your LinkedIn as well. I hope you will be able to understand the suggestions that we have shared. And thank you so much for like just providing your profile with to us and the resume for a review. I hope it was helpful. And if you need any help, you can connect with us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. I hope you found the tips and strategies in this video helpful for optimizing your resume and LinkedIn profile. Remember, your career starts with a strong first impression, and now you have the tools to create one that gets noticed. Also, if you haven't already, make sure to join our upcoming free masterclass by clicking the link in the description below. We'll dive deeper into these topics and show you how to truly stand out in the competitive job market. Also, if you found this video helpful, do share it with someone who needs it and subscribe for more such content. Also, you can watch this video next.